Okay, this is the second half of notes for topic one, lesson one for life science. And this is the slide we left off yesterday. Um, we were talking about a stimulus, which is any change or signal in the environment that can make an organism react in some way. And I wanted you to give me some examples of stimuli. Examples would be changes in light, sound, flavors, or odors. What does an organism react to a stimulus with? What's that called when you yell at somebody and they jump? It's called a response. A response is an action or a change in behavior. Reproduction. What are the two types of reproduction? Asexual and sexual are the two types of reproduction. Asexual is creating an identical offspring with only one parent. And sexual is a mix of both parents' characteristics. All organisms need energy to power their cells. What are producers? Producers make their own food. They use sunlight, which they use photosynthesis to use the sunlight, or different chemicals in the environment. What are consumers? Consumers, they get energy by eating other living things. So which one are we? Yes, we are consumers. Life produces more life. What is spontaneous generation? It is the mistaken idea that living things arise from non-living sources. Very, very important statement. There is no such thing as spontaneous generation. Okay? This is a mistaken idea. What is the example they gave in the book? Wildflowers. Okay? They talked about how wildflowers just popped up out of nowhere, which it does not happen that way, as you and I both know. Reddy's experiment. What did Reddy's experiment prove? Meat did not cause the spontaneous generation of flies. In other words, the maggots weren't already in the meat and did not produce flies. Okay? What was the one variable that he changed in his experiment? He left one jar uncovered. Okay? Everything else was exactly the same. Same piece of meat, same jar, same temperature, same light, you name it. It was all the same except for he left one jar uncovered. Pasteur's experiment. What was the one variable that he changed? He broke the curved necks so the bacteria from the air could enter the flasks. What is the problem if a scientist changes more than one variable in an experiment? This is extremely important, okay? Very important. You can't be sure which or both variables affected the results. So it's really important that you only change one variable. Change one variable. Do not change any more than one variable. All living things must have water, food, living space, and homeostasis. Those are the needs of living things. Food. What are producers also known as? They're also known as autotrophs, which means self-feeder. What are consumers also known as? They are known also as heterotrophs, which means one that feeds on others. What is homeostasis? It is the maintenance of stable internal conditions. And if you remember, we talked about this a little bit when we were doing something earlier in the section, but two good examples of homeostasis. When your body is hot, what does it do to maintain homeostasis? It sweats. So it cools you down so you can keep your body temperature where it's supposed to be. What does it do in the winter? It shivers. So it's making your body shake to maintain that body temperature or homeostasis in your body. Keep in mind, as you probably have a question about this, there are limits to homeostasis. If we go out in 200-degree weather or 115-degree weather, okay, your body will eventually stop sweating and your body will start shutting down. Okay, same thing in the cold. If it's too cold, your body cannot maintain homeostasis just by shivering. Okay? So if you have any questions, email me. But those are your notes from Topic 1, Lesson 1, and Life Science.